We have Destiny 2, the final shape reveal trailer. I am aware that Bungie did put out a 3-hour live stream, and I'm aware there are creators like Bife, Aztecross, I believe, potentially Dado, that have already put their thoughts on it. I'm going to be coming at this with a little bit of a different approach. I'm going to be reviewing strictly the trailer and what is presented and nothing more because, and here's the reasoning behind this, right? Just so we're all on the same page. Your average player and the players that Destiny, Bungie are trying to attract, right? They've already clarified that the Crucible changes are not for the veteran Destiny players. I think we can all, with them giving that official Bungie statement, right, saying, oh, you're not going to like that. I think this was in the state of the game, to be fair. If they are not wanting this, then we're looking at new players. So therefore, I should look at this like a new player potentially wanting to invest in the game. And I'm going to use the word invest in a particular way, not because it's going to have a return on investment or a chance to return. I am saying invest from a homebrew definition of I'm having to put money into this game in order to access this game to its fullest potential to be able to spend the time in this game in the most efficient manner. Time investment. Yes, we can word it that way. I think that this is fair. And I think that just to dispel any sort of argument that's coming out of this, to dispel, well, Kip, you didn't watch the whole 3-hour thing. And oh, Kip, you don't really. Look, I personally have over 2,000 hours in just from season arrivals and this past expansion alone. So I feel at this point I have ability to at least speak competently on the game and expectations on the game. Not that someone like, Bife, Dado, etc. are going to have, way thousands of more hours. People in chat probably have thousands of more hours than I do. But I will be looking at this from that lens. So let's go into that. And then I have some tweets that we're going to look at that happened in the same period. So this is the Cosmodrome. So we're, okay, getting some of that nostalgia. Yeah, because that's us. No, wait. This could be the Cosmodrome, but this could be inside the Traveler. No, it is.
Yeah, we never talked about it. Why I brought you back.
This has got to be a new zone.
We're chosen.
Bog, okay. Vault of Glass. That's Atheon's throne.
The truth is, I didn't know then.
D1 tower. Good observation.
It was just a feeling.
Is that Galley? That's Gala. This is... I don't know this one. This is D1, right? I don't remember this.
But I know now. After all we've
There he
seen,
is. The man himself. Plaguelands? Okay, that'd be why.
We've lost. This fight.
Oh, there's that Trials of Osiris armor. I saw that.
Our last. So I'm asking you.
Strand stasis.
One last time. To rise.
Oh, Void Titans are about to get happy. If that is a new Void subclass, that is. New supers. Heart of the Traveler, yeah. This I heard people are actually fawning over this. And I heard that I heard that people are really, really wanting to get that. However, I've heard some discrepancy on the pricing, and that's what I need to look into personally. So let me look this up really quick. So let's go Destiny 2, the final shape. Pre-order. What are we looking at? Editions, where to buy. Okay. So if we're gonna go here, because I'm already assuming it's gonna be at least $100. I'm already assuming there's no two ways about this. So if we go to officialbungie.net, so pre-order, let's go to pre-order now. So it looks like it's not giving me the price offhand because it's important to understand what they're expecting at this point in time, especially with how they've treated this last expansion and the sheer lack of content that we've had. Cost the same as Lightfall. I was hearing that the collector's is going to be up to $250. It's $140. So keep in mind, even with the dungeon key, that's what 100. So that's deluxe Lightfall plus dungeon key is about 115 USD as of the launch of Lightfall. If that 140 stands true, they are continuing to charge us more. And I definitely, in the comments, if there is a discrepancy in that, please definitely let us know. I want to make sure we're getting the most accurate information out there. I don't like that. I'm not for that. I don't think Bungie has earned this. I don't think they have earned charging a premium. Well, Kip, no, the game itself is $60, $70. No, $275, someone says for the collectors, allegedly. If that's true, no way. $60 USB for the annual pass version. Here's the thing, is if they're going to charge $60, $70 just for, we're going to get into the game, and you still have to buy the seasons on top of that, which I heard there was something about episodes. Once again, as looking at the thing that they're giving new players, right? You live in Canada, I guess that is fair, because Exchange Forex. If this is what the new players are expected to look at, right? If this is what they're expected to see and make an informed decision on, and not a 3-hour stream, which I think is unrealistic personally, for people like Datto, for people like Astacross, even for people like Bife, yeah, absolutely, they're going to watch that 3-hour stream. However, for your average person, I don't feel that this is fair. And they did make a good point. If you look throughout the trailer, at no point do they show actual game footage. There's a lot of D1 in here, which I'm a little confused by, because they're going ham into this weird, I guess they're trying to cite our origins to where we have now, and I get it. However, I look at this like they're trying to hide the gameplay. Sure, they might show cutscenes. Sure, they might do this. The raid better be baller, honestly. If the raid isn't baller, I will be at a loss for words. It's cool to get Gjallarhorn in there. This is meant to showcase, because there's hints in here for people that have played Destiny for a while, right? I mean, you see the Gjallarhorn, you see the Plaguelands, which I'm assuming was in 1, which I still have to play 1 sometime on the VOD channel. I'll do it. However, understand that coinciding with this launch today, we have had 3 Bungie help tweets. Bungie help last night. Due to an issue, we have temporarily disabled the loadouts function. This will appear in-game as loadouts being locked behind Guardian ranks. Any existing loadouts will be saved and available to players who have already unlocked them once a fix can be deployed. As far as I'm aware, no fix has been deployed. This is absolutely unacceptable. Understand, this is them posting this without a reason, again, literally the day before. And then we get into the second bundle. This was today. Players looking to acquire the Twitch drop during the Destiny 2 showcase day need to have their Twitch account linked to their Bungie account. Those who haven't linked their accounts will have to wait until Destiny 2 comes back on around... I mean, I guess this is less of an egregious. This could just be a compatibility thing between Twitch and Bungie. I don't, it feels like to fumble on a showcase like this is incredibly unprofessional. So that's 2. But there's more, chat. There's more. The third post today, and this is what's really not selling me on this from the perspective of this is unacceptable. Absolutely no. This blows my mind. We're investigating an issue, and this is trying to figure out the time. This is 3:15 p.m. my time, so this was approximately about 3 hours ago. We are investigating an issue where players are unable to replay the mission Invoke, the new seasonal, if they played through it before acquiring the seasonal quest. Players are encouraged to not play this mission until they acquire the Bladed Path quest. More info will be shared when available. No info as of the time of me going live. As far, I didn't see any information available. This is unacceptable. Can you imagine if you played something like Call of Duty, right? And you're playing Call of Duty because Modern Warfare 2 has their new thing, where you go into maybe DMZ or something to get a gun, right? But you go into DMZ, but you don't have the proper challenge, so you do the thing in DMZ, you do the challenge in DMZ, and then you don't get the gun, but then you maybe are locked out of the gun because you didn't have the challenge. Can you just imagine that people in Call of Duty, they'd be upset about that, and rightfully so. Can you imagine going into Final Fantasy 14, right, and say doing patch whatever the next one is, right? Let's say they go into 7.0, right? And off the bat, if you didn't finish the MSQ or certain side quests in Endwalker, right, you couldn't do. You were locked out of Dawntrail content. Yoshi P would be on that shit so quick, and I'm meaning this in a positive way. He'd be on that, and the team would be on that shit so quick. And I guarantee you, he'd probably the team would probably compensate players' time. This is absolutely unacceptable from a game, and this needs to be noted. So in a vacuum, while I could look at the trailer and be like, oh yeah, it's kind of cool, right? You know, we have some fun moments in here. You know, it's, you know, we get to see the past, we get to see what we're going into at the end of this this expansion, and you know, get to kind of see a little sneak preview what's in the Traveler. We get to see, you know, this epic scene, you know, with all the Guardians around. We get to see Ikora, we get to see Cade fighting alongside us one more time. You know, we get to see this scene where we have this Trials of Osiris armor right here, Zavala's here. You know, in a vacuum, I would say this would be fine. I still have reservations because no gameplay has been shown. And, you know, I look at that as they have something to hide from the way Lightfall has gone. However, with 3 Bungie help posts going live, that is a huge red flag for me. And at this point in time, honestly, I need to see how the story's going to go. I need to see how the raid's going to go for Lightfall. And I honestly will probably just buy into that first season. Personally, I'm very hesitant on this project. I'm very hesitant on the final shape, because this right here, unless it's the 3-hour stream they were alluding to, this is the final shape reveal trailer. Was this not what they said, that to look forward into the state of the game and to all their other marketing material, 20-second this, or was it the 3-hour stream? You have to encapsulate my attention and everyone's attention to waste 3 hours of your time trying to explain the final shape. This should suffice for your average person. As I said, naturally, you're gonna have Bungie, you're gonna have Vive, you're gonna have Datto, you're gonna have Aztecross, and this, you know, that 3-hour stream is gonna be right up their alley to look at and to kind of, you know, pick apart and to kind of, you know, give their thoughts on it, right? I'm very hesitant for Bungie, and especially with these 3 posts today, I'm in the past 24-hour period, I'm very, very hesitant on that. Live stream itself showed much more, including some gameplay, and that's perfectly fine. And I will note that. However, locking it behind a 3-hour stream, I feel, is unacceptable. That there should have been something in here. And as they're trying to market to new players, if they're trying to market to new players, locking behind a 3-hour, it's like if I told you, right? I need you, before you can watch the Lord of the Rings movie trilogy, I need you to read the Silmarillion. Well, why? Well, see, what you're going to understand there is you're going to understand what they're talking about. Where in Fellowship of the Ring, Frodo talks about in Calagon, or Frodo and Gandalf, when they're talking about the ring, they talk about in Calagon the Black. They're going to talk about Elrond Half-Elven and how his father, you know, took down in Calagon the Black. You know, you need to know all about Beleriand. You needed about singing the Ainur. You need to know that Sauron wasn't the original Dark Lord. It was Melkor, right? In Sue Lord of the Rings rant, right? Well, Kip, you don't need to know all that information. You can just go in and watch this. Exactly. Realistically, especially if you're catering to a new audience, you need to make that information as easily digestible as you can. And I feel 3 hours is personally unacceptable. It's about 40 minutes of just the important stuff. And I'll probably have to watch that later. I'm very concerned with the state of the game right now. And I know that the lead dev is trying to win back favor. I view that as Bungie corporate trying to make him the fall man. Whether that's true or not, that's just my take on the situation. Do your research, take that with a grain of salt. Personally, I'm a little dissatisfied with this. I am not happy with the reveal trailer and the fact that, you know, I'm personally not happy right now. But we'll see what happens when we get closer to that release date, and we will see, because I will be critiquing that raid heavily to see if it's better than Ron, than Vow, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But that's, what are your thoughts? Please keep it civil down in the comments, all that fun stuff, and see what happens leading up into the final shape.